is do or die. Feel it in my veins tonight. Emotional suicide. You know it's an eye for eye. I didn't wanna walk the plank. But the Mariona, it came like the thunder. I was on my way to going under. Swimming in the brain, yeah, I was covered in a tidal wave. But I'm a fighter. Try to take me down, I'm going higher. Baby, you've been playing with some fire. You've been playing with fire. One day you will see what you made of me. Found my inner peace. You watch it release in the dead of night. In the dead of night. Baby, when the soul die, you know it's an eye for eye. Feel the energy align in the dead of night. 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 You can save your alibi. I already know you lied. Oh no, no, don't even try. Watch the flame in me ignite. You didn't wanna walk the plank. But the Mariona, it came. Baby, it was dark, it was hard to see. And that's when a spark lit inside of me. Oh, I was lost from reverie. One day you will see what you made of me, what's inside of me. One day you will see I found my inner peace. You watch it release in the dead of night. In the dead of night. Baby, when the soul die, you know it's an eye for eye. Feel the energy align in the dead of night. 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 And one day you will see what you made of me, what's inside of me. Oh, and one day you will see I found my inner beast, and you watch it release.
Oh, oh dear. Good morning, everybody. Oh, as you can hear, the birds are up and lively already. It's looking like a nice day. And it's warm. Right. I am going to grab myself a coffee before I do anything. I'll speak to you all again shortly. Let's get this day started. So, hello everyone and welcome to Riverside here. And this is a wee part of the wee farm that I lease from my landlord, Laird Roar. I'm a tenant farmer, if you hadn't already guessed. And yeah, this is it. I've got this, and I've got a little bit of land with the possibility of getting some more land. I'll show you the name of the farm. Come down here. So, no doubt, again, you know, tenant farming, I supply all the equipment. Here we go, glider, I should say, farm. I supply all the equipment, and my landlord supplies things like buildings, hedges, fences, etc., which I then maintain. And also he's supplied the house as part of that. So you may have noticed, yesterday I started a contract on one of the biggest fields in the area. One of the reasons why I went for it is because I'm in the hole for quite a bit of money, because I'm a new farmer, and I had to pay out quite a bit of money to get my setup, and it has put me in the hole a bit. That's okay, we're not going to panic. Definitely not yet, anyway. So I took this contract in this massive field with my little equipment, which I started yesterday, and I ended up splitting the field a bit to try and make it a bit more better to do, easier to do, so to speak. I'm just going to pop up to my left here. I just want to check on my crops. I've got some, as you can see, we're already in late spring, but I've already got my crops in. And I don't see anything coming through yet. It's a bit, I would have expected something. Fingers crossed. Okay. As I say, I've still got that field to do. In fact, actually, oh look, this is through. What we've got? This is the last crop I put in, and it's come through already. This is my potatoes, clearly. But I've got crop in here. It's carrot. I haven't got any germination yet, which is a little bit worrying. So I've got quite a few tools, at least a couple of tools there. So that was, yeah. I'll go and have a look at the others. I was going to just go and start that contract again, but that's going to take me much of the day, and I'm thinking, you've already seen me, I've already recorded some of that yesterday. Yeah. So basically I'm pretty new to farming. I mean, it has been, I've got some knowledge about farming, but not a huge deal, which was why I'm a bit worried about the crops. Oh dear. Actually, you know, I can do, no, how do I do this? Aha! I can do this on this tractor. Makes reversing a lot easier, except I'm still going the wrong way. Apart from the stuff on the back. This is kind of one of the reasons why I bought this tractor, because, yeah, I'm not the best at, hey, reversing. So why in Riverside did I decide to set up and become a tenant farmer? Well, firstly because there was a tenancy open, and secondly because the guy that owns my land, etc., my landlord, Laird Roar, I'm not quite sure if he is actually a laird, but he certainly calls himself one anyway. I'd heard only good things about him, that he was, you know, quite reasonable with his tenants. And he has farm manager Pete, and he also has a deputy farm manager Dave, and Pete and Dave will be the two people that I'll be interacting with most. The Laird himself is he's around sometimes, but he's also often away. Which is fair enough. He's got plenty of money to go travelling with, etc. So this opening episode may end up being, oh, I thought it saw just as well he stopped, because I should have looked again, shouldn't I? Oh dear. May end up being a little bit longer. I'm still signalling. Oh! Don't you just love those lorries? That was my fault though. See. So the lease that I have, and this is a boring legal bit of it, I apologise, but you know, I think it's worth knowing about. I find it interesting, whether you will or not, I don't know. I'm just going to drop off my tractor and grab my truck instead of boring you. I've got a couple of days in which to get that contract done, so you know, it's not too bad. It pays good money, even though, I mean, as I say, it's massive field, but it pays really good money. And money's very important, especially right now. I've got a little bit of money coming in, probably just enough to cover the cost of my insurance from my loan that I took out to get everything. It's just fine, but I want to be doing more, obviously, than just covering the cost of my did I say insurance? Interest is the word I should be looking for. Right, I'll go this way first of all, and I'll show you what I've got along here. So what I've done is I've opted to take out a short limited duration tenancy, and basically that means I have the tenancy for a minimum of 5 years. If by the end of the 5 years I decide farming isn't for me, then I can pretty much walk away at that point. If, however, I really enjoy it, at any time I can, with agreement of course from the landlord, I can change that into a, now I need to think about these terms a bit. It's not easy. I had to do a lot of research to try and figure out what I was doing before I took this on. You know, it only makes sense to do so. So, yeah, I think it's a... Wait, I'm too busy driving. Let me get to where I'm going and then I'll speak to you a bit more. Right. Here we go. Doesn't matter where I park. So where was I? Yes, so as I say, if we agree, both myself and the landlord, Laird Roar, you know, that's not an easy thing to say, we can then change to a modern limited duration tenancy. This is something that came into Scotland in 2017. And the idea behind that is to make the tenant farmer investment worthwhile. So to make my investment worthwhile, which I hope it will be, because I've put quite a lot of money into this, and also it's not too short that it puts off your landlord leasing it out to you as well. Now, I actually, as part of my lease as well, I've leased out this area here, this piece of land, and I've put in a load of glass houses, which is one of the reasons I'm a bit in a hole money wise. So yeah, I haven't got, they're not all running at the moment, and partly the reason is this one's just about to finish up actually. I haven't got the customer base yet to have them all up and running. I'm hoping that once I do get the customer base and they are up and running, that I will then start making a good bit of money from this. So this is a manure. I bought this from my landlord. He's a cattle farmer, cow, beef farmer, I don't know. See, tells you, don't know anything about farming. And so I can buy manure from him, which is handy for my glasshouses, and so I do. I should actually, let's go this way. Past the pub on the way here, I don't know if you noticed, but we did. Right, I need to look clear that way, clear this way, let's go for it. So yeah, that's where we're at. So I could just say after 5 years I could just walk away from this, or I can speak to my landlord and see if he's happy to move to an MLT DT, I think as it's known. This is really complicated, I gotta say. Otherwise it's all good. I'm a bit nervous, definitely a bit nervous. I mean, not only am I new to farming, I'm new to this recording stuff as well. But I thought it might be interesting for people to see a little bit about what tenant farming is about. Now, if we're thinking about the rent, it's normally based on how many hectares you're leasing, which works out to roughly about a third of a crop, what you get for a third of your crop. And I don't know what I'm going to get for a third of my crop, as I'm new to this, and because my landlord is also into beef rather than and this is one of the farms he owns. This is the beef farm, it's called. Jump out here, show you the sign because it came in too fast. The big beef farm, sorry, that's what this is one's called. This is owned by this is one of the farms that he owns. He does own a fair bit of land around here, but it's mostly grass. So given that he has a lack of knowledge of growing crops, and so do I, really, what we've decided to do is I'm going to wait, and when I get to the end of this year, and I get all my crops sold from this year, we'll then calculate roughly what I would own them. That's based on the fact that I get a decent crop, you know, what an average crop at least. If I don't get good crop, and I'm a bit worried because they're not even germinating now, and I'm thinking, I'm a new farmer, have I done something wrong? That's it. So the house in front, that belongs to the Laird's farm manager, Pete. He'll probably not be at home. Locally known as Big Pete, of course. There isn't any cows in here at the moment, beef cattle in here at the moment. I think he buys them in. He's just not long sold these ones. He would have sold them mid-spring, and then he'll buy them in again. I think it's midsummer when they're a bit cheaper to buy. So yeah, they're a bit ready. So that's that. That's his one. That's one of his farms, as I say, and this is all good. So I'm aware I'm driving around here when I should be trying to make some money, but hey, I think it's only fair that I give you some sort of introduction to what I'm doing. So, question you may be thinking is, does she have any background in farming? Well, being a new farmer then, not really. My great grandfather was a ploughman way back in the day. That's probably about the closest I come to having any farming blood in me. And now your next question is, when and why did you decide to become a farmer, and of all things, a tenant farmer? Well, firstly, a tenant farmer, one of the things about tenant farming is, okay, other than the fact that you've got to provide all your own equipment and stuff, is that I don't have to go through the rigmarole of actually buying a farm and farmland. So even though the equipment's cost me a bit of money, I think I've gone the wrong way, haven't I? See, I still don't really know my way around here. So even though the equipment's cost me a bit of money, because I haven't had to buy the farm and farmland, etc., it's a cheaper sort of way for me to get into farming, and just to see if I'm going to be, well, firstly, any good at it, and secondly, if I'm going to like it at all. I think it might be this one. So that's why tenant farming, basically. And that's why I've gone straight for the short tenancy agreement of 5 years as well, rather than a lengthier one of 10 or more, because yeah, it's a bit daunting, and I want to give myself the option of, if I don't like it, I don't want to go. I think if I decide before that 5 years to quit, I've got to give it the notice period to quit. I think it's a couple of years. So given that we're only here for 5 years, a couple of years isn't very much at all. This way, I think. I can't see anything coming, so I'm just going to wing it and hope we're good. So I'll show you the main farm that the Laird owns, although I won't go around it because people will be working there at the moment, and it might look a bit weird if I'm just driving through and with a camera and recording everything, till they kind of get used to that idea. I think it's up on the right over here. Kind of just so that's the main farm that he owns. It's a big one, and that's Riverside Farm. And a lot of land comes with that, including all up here as well. He is one of the main landowners of the area, it's fair to say. And he has definitely made a fair bit of money. So there we go. I'll just stop here, and I'm just going to climb up on top of my car and just quickly. So this area here, this is his main cow. Oh, I hope you get it. This is where he has his beef cattle mostly, and here in this pasture, I think. He does two different types, and I think the ones he puts in here, I think he said were limousines, and they're sort of more like the Aberdeen Angus type beef. And then the ones up at the big beef farm where the farm manager's house is, sailors, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. They are a bit of a cheaper cut of beef, if you like, so yeah. So yeah, that's quite busy. So he's got quite a lot of grassland, as I say, because he makes his own food, grass, hay, and silage, TMR. They do it all. Right, I didn't even look to see if there was anything coming before I pulled out. Oops. And this is a second entrance up to the farm here. He's got a big house on the hill. Actually, I don't know if we can see it from here. I'll pull over again and have a look. We will go up and have a nosy. He's often absent, as I say, so you can just see the roof of it there in the distance in between those trees. But I went up there to sign the lease the other day there, and the views are amazing. Definitely amazing. Right, let's see, can I see anything coming? No. So, yeah, very nice indeed. So I guess the one thing I haven't addressed is why did I decide to become a farmer? Well, I was kind of... I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life, to be fair. And I was oohing and ahhing about stuff, but the one thing I did know is that I wanted to be able to do something worthwhile. And I wanted to also be able to work outside. I just couldn't imagine being stuck in an office. I've always been a sort of outside person. I don't say out, I mean, I know they use the term outdoorsy, but outdoorsy would not really. It kind of implies, you know, lots of camping and all sorts like that, and hill walking, and I'm not that kind of outdoorsy person. I do like walking, just not up mountains. And I do like camping occasionally, just not an awful lot. So that left. So when I looked at jobs, I mean, there are various things I could have done. I could have gotten into, done a basis course and gotten into the word that I can't actually, agronomy, that's what I'm looking for, become an agronomist or something like that, but didn't really fancy that. So I thought, well, let's have a look into farming and see what my options are there. And of course I didn't own any land, so it really did come down to becoming a tenant farmer. And I have to say, it is a very nice farm and little house, and I do really like it. I've not been here for long. I've just been here a few months, and that's it for now. And yeah, I suddenly had a brainwave of saying, well, why don't I just record a bit of what I'm doing now. And this is my garden shed, but as you will see, I've got some fertiliser stored in here. One of the reasons I've got fertiliser stored in there is that I haven't got, you know, I mean, I had it in these sheds, but then one of the other farmers told me that I'm responsible if it goes missing. And so I had to look at the government guidelines, and they basically said that, you know, it should be, if you have to store it outside, it should be where some public can't access. So everything said, make sure it's locked away, make sure it's locked away. I didn't have any lockable sheds here on this bit, so I asked my landlord, because he's supposed to supply all this sort of stuff for me, and she gave me this. And I have to say, trying to get in here with a tractor with the front loader on is not an easy thing to do. I really struggled. I kind of chewed up the grass a bit. So I think I might have to come up with something else at some point, come up with another idea. But for now, in the short term, that'll do. I haven't got any pesticides, so I don't have to worry about storing them. I don't use pesticides, and I'm not planning on using pesticides, so yeah. So there you have it, and here I've got some seed and some lime. This was my biggest layout this year, was seed, because I've gone down the road of, well, I say fruit and veg farming. At the moment it's really only veg farming, where I'm growing, now what have I got? Carrots, onions, potatoes, so mostly root crops, and also, and of course up at the glass houses I'm growing tomatoes, and well, the idea is to grow tomatoes and cabbages, but see, I've only got one glass house of cabbages at the moment, until I get a market for it. What else should I tell you about this? About what I'm up to? Probably should go and make a start on that contract while we're blethering here. And why did I decide just to go down the sort of fruit and veg thing? Well, just for something to do. As I say, I'm not using pesticides. I do put on a pre-germination herbicide, as they call it. I have done that. Oh, oh dear, it's kind of hard to see for me with the hedge and that, but it's okay. So, but that's pretty much all the chemicals I'm putting on it. It's not quite organic, but it's close. It's close. And hopefully I'll get a decent amount of money. I am contemplating not putting on herbicide at all, but when I suggested that, then they said to me, how are you going to control your weeds? So the only other way to do it, I think I've been looking into Ep1, integrated pest management, and the mechanical weeders is the one of the ways in which they can control weeds anyway, as well, therefore pests, without using chemicals. But then you've got to get them when they're very, very young. So this is going to take me probably most of today. So just get this done, and yeah, I'll hopefully be able to come and speak to you again just once this is finished. As you can see also, before I go, I'm going to put some music on, and I know I've done it. I don't know. No, I'm not going to, because I've already done it at the beginning. Don't want to do it too much. I do need to get this tractor fixed, and I do need to get it fueled as well, so yeah, I'll do that later. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. I think I've blathered enough. I can't think of anything more to tell you at the moment. I think that covers my backstory, so to speak, if you like, and why I'm doing this. Yeah. Right. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. It's a really nice evening here on Riverside, and we finished the contract. As you can see, we've also been paid. I didn't expect to finish it quite as quickly as that, but I'm glad we did. So I'm just heading up to the fuel station here to fill up. I think it's the next left, yep. They're running a bit low. I was beginning to wonder if I was going to have enough fuel left to finish the contract or not. Right, self-service it is. There we go. Start the engine back up. Yeah, it's costly to get filled up, but there we go. Probably should be on the other side of the road a bit more. Right. Oh. So I'm going to do some repair work on my tractor and check my cultivator over as well. As things are, I do not have a workshop up at the farm, so I'm coming down to the main Riverside farms here as I have permission to use theirs whenever I need to, which is cool. I would like to at some point have my own, so I don't have to keep coming down here, but it's not like it's far out of my way. Quiet around here just now because, as I say, they've not got any cows in, so they'll just be getting ready, get them back in. Okay, here's the workshop. Now then, let's do this. Then I press it on I can't actually see. Typical, isn't it? Probably would have been easier just right, I think. Oops. I was about to say we'll stop there, but we'll have to stop there. We will stop there with this episode as well. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And, wow, look at that for a... Hold on, we'll have a quick nosy in here. I mean, this is some silo. This is just amazing. There's all... I don't want to open the doors of the other ones, but yeah, there's all different stuff in here. For a cattle farmer, he buys on it. He's an awful lot of stuff. I think he maybe he leases it out to one of the other local farmers because it's not got much use for it. Right, sorry. I got to get on and get some maintenance work done on this tractor. So again, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on the next one. Laters.